Talkin Bout That.
Get it going. All right, y'all. This is Talking About That. This is our weekly podcast. It used to be a Friday podcast, but honestly, because it takes a little long to edit and then doing all that stuff, I've honestly been posting on like Monday. So we're just calling it a weekly podcast. When it gets posted, it gets posted. But it will get posted. I'm also wearing my December sweater, so I got Pikachu in June. Because it's just a little bit cold outside, and it's the only sweater I could find this morning.
It's cold? Bruh, it's like 96 over here.
Don't get me wrong, it's still like 60, maybe 70 over here, so it's still warm, but I'm a little chihuahua, man. I freaking get cold easy.
Bro, me and Scotty went to Knoebels yesterday, and that was like fun time. Don't get me wrong, it was a fun time, but the heat is just... I was like legit looking forward to getting inside of a pool, and the pool was closed. So,
yeah, I hate when that happens. It's been in the 90s over here the last couple days, or the last week, but yesterday and today have been cold. But tomorrow's supposed to go back up to the 90s, so hoping for all that. Because I love the summertime. I love going to the swimming pool and hanging out with the kids and going to the park and stuff. That's the stuff. Because where is that a little amusement park you guys went to, right?
Yeah.
See, that's fun.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day.
You too, man. I hate that Burger King staff has to say that shit, man. You rule.
You rule.
Do I?
They have to say that?
They have to say that.
Dang, that sucks. That's whack.
It really does, because like that's fucking... Some people don't rule. Like
Duh, you can't lie to the people and say you rule and they don't really rule.
You know, we had the funniest moment yesterday because me and Scotty are standing at the amusement park waiting on a fucking ride, and this girl pulls up and goes, "Are you guys twins?" And I was like, "No." And then we started looking at each other. I was like, dude, I didn't notice how fucking alike we look right now because we're both wearing like these cut up. You seen the picture? I sent it to you, right?
Yeah.
So he cut up a 3-eyed shirt and then gave me another shirt so I could fucking, because I brought everything but shirts. So,
that's awesome.
So he gave me some shirts so I can go to the event, and then we cut up that shirt, and then we both look like we just kept running around the park going, brother, like
brother. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so you got to do stuff like that. That's a good little segue into our topic today. Is how do you not get burned out, or how do you prevent burnouts? And I think that right there is like one of the biggest things, you know.
Friends.
Gotta go out with the family, friends, find that day or that weekend where you can just go and have fun.
Not even family, because like family don't get it sometimes.
True. Yeah.
My family sometimes thinks I'm just sitting down fucking tattooing all day, and that doesn't hurt. And they don't get that. And then sometimes I get home and all I'm hearing about, is I got a friend that wants to get tattooed and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit when I get home. I want to just fucking take a shower and go to my bed, smoke a joint, and go to sleep. Like,
right, yeah. Right? And that's just it, too. You want to be able to... Like, don't get me wrong, I love tattoos. You know me. I love talking about tattoos. I love wearing clothes that look like tattoos. Like, I love it. But when I'm out like at an amusement park or when we're out doing stuff, people ask, "Do you tattoo?" Nope. Not today. I don't. You know. Like I get like, yeah, you always want to build more clients and get more people, but sometimes I just don't want to talk tattoos. I want to wait in line. I want to be a normal human being, get on my ride, and go.
Dude, that I refuse to go to clubs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I will not touch a club anymore because of the simple fact that every time I touch a club, and let's say I'm there with my brother or like my friend, like just hanging out, and someone hears that I tattoo, oh my god, it's like
Oh
a
yeah.
fucking,
It's
how much to cover this up, how much to do this, and then they try to hassle you too, like, because if you give them a price, I'm like, come on, that's a lot, man. It's not even that much work. And I'm like, how the
right.
fuck do
Yep.
you know? You came to me for a fucking reason.
Right. Well, and that's just it. Because when they go to the shop and they ask, they're looking for you. They want it specifically. At the club, they're just drunk. They just want to talk. They don't care about what style you do or how well you do it. They just want to deal because they're at the bar. And nine times out of 10, those people don't call. They don't show back up around. And if they do, they want a fat deal, or they're cracked out and have some cousin call you like, "Hey, my cousin met you at the bar the other night and he said he'll hook it up with a tattoo." Nah.
Yeah, dude. You know what's crazy?
Huh.
Like how rich people have like gold diggers.
Yeah.
I think we should make a name for women that want to date tattoo artists just to get free tattoos.
Oh, I call them tattoo groupies.
Tattoo
They're
group.
just they're just the groupies. They just want to bone the artist so that they can get free tattoos. That's it.
I've
Just
gotten
like
a couple offers already. I don't want to say names. I'm not going to say names. I'm not with it. Just putting that out there. I'm not. Not that I'm gay, but
nah.
I don't
What
mix. I don't
if
mix it.
if these girls are getting that hoochie? It's not worth working with them. You
Yeah.
know, like that was one time, and this is something that'll never go away. Sadly, it'll never go away. I still get it now, and I'm 14 years deep. Still happens. They're just hoochies. But I had one time on freaking, this girl blows up my phone. Just accepted her friend request like that morning. That afternoon, she starts blowing my phone up, blowing it up. Hey, 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 you're cute, you're cute. Love your work, love your work. I'd love to get tattooed by you. And then again, haven't even answered back to her. Haven't even opened up the messages yet. She sends like 5 nudes right on top of that. And she's like, I'm willing to trade this sweet punani for some tattoos. And I'm like, nah, nah,
Can't be that sweet if you're giving it away.
right? Nah.
No, I'm not saying that when my future fucking girlfriend or whatever it comes to, I'm gonna fucking tattoo her whatever the fuck she wants. But
Right. Oh, yeah.
but like the groupies, I'm not with it because if you offered that to me, you offered it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I'm good. Even if it's just like one night thing, I'm good. I'm not
Nah.
there. Yeah,
Nah.
like it's crazy. Like
I had a buddy who him and his wife, they both tattooed. And they'd be into that. They were someone would message, but they would do it as a couple.
oh,
So yeah, they were swingers. They tried to rope me in one time, and I'm like, nah, y'all are cool, but y'all ain't that cool.
was it to bang his wife or for
To
him to
to
bang you?
to to join, I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't want to know.
I feel that. I feel that. 'Cause
You start
sometimes you
asking
get
too
in those
many
situations.
questions.
Sometimes you get in those situations, right? And you're such a deer in a headlight that you don't know what to say. You just say no or no, thank you. But then later you got so many fucking questions. Like
Yeah, like
that
well,
happens to me all the fucking time.
damn.
I've been asked before, do you feel weird if like you were to fuck the shit out of me and a dude watches and jerks off, and I was like, yes, like
Yeah. Yeah, I feel weird that you're asking me the question.
like you, and then she says you could block me afterwards, and I was like, it's whatever, like, you know what I mean? You asked the question. I'm
right,
not
you shot your shot. Yeah. It's just a no, respectfully no. I mean, I appreciate the offer, but no.
I am gonna keep you as a follower, so you can give me them follower buttons, but no thank you.
Right. I had a client do that years ago. She, her and her husband would get pierced. This is when I was doing piercings. So this is how long ago it was. And so I was piercing her, but she kept getting her hoo-ha pierced, right?
Okay.
And so she'd come in, and she'd probably come in like once or twice a month just to have me check it out. And it started to get kind of weird, to like, girl, you're good. There's no need to come back. Like, just go live life, have fun. And then finally one day she came in and she's like, well, me and my husband were talking. We want you to come over one day. And I'm like, nah.
It's weird.
Nah. No, and she tried for a long time. And I kept her as a client. But I think she was offended by my no, because she ended up blocking me after.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, and you just don't know. Well, have you worked with guys that do go down that road, or that'll bang their clients?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in shops where the dudes will get down in their booth, because sometimes we'll have private booths, or like the piercing room has a little room, so they'll go lock themselves in there for a few minutes. Like,
no, not like that.
No? Oh, yeah, no, it gets wild. Well, I don't know. It was the shops that I seen that go down into. Those were pretty. I mean, the owner, one of those situations, was a freaking meth dealer. So
not currently, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it before in like different other places where there's a dude down here in Pennsylvania. You should look him up. It's like there's stories, motherfucker, about this motherfucker. Like, and it's not stories, it's facts, because, like, you know what I mean? It has been proven. Like, but this motherfucker, I'll tell you, he's like a legit fucking. That's all he does. Like, yo, he took he took a picture with his new apprentice laying down on a bed saying, oh, I can't wait for my new adventure, or something like that. Like, it's crazy.
I knew I worked for an artist. Wow, one of the ones that freaking was all crazy. The owner was, so he had a wife, but he would bang his clients on the side, right? And so one day this stripper came in, and she started stripping in the shop, right? So it started getting weird, so I left. Like, I was there. Like, there was no cares that other people were there. These two were getting freaky. So I leave the shop. Now I'm only like 20 at this point. I leave the shop. I'm gone. I come back probably about like 4 or 5 hours later. Like, I was gone most of the day. Came back at the end of the night. My friend tells me that stripper went down on him to give him a blowjob. And she said he stunk so bad she threw up on him.
No way.
Yeah. So my friend told me that she had to clean up the throw up, and homie left, and they had to call the stripper's friend to come pick her up. Like,
how do you not clean your dick?
Apparently it was that bad. And the crazy part is, it wasn't like that was a one-time thing. It was like consistently the girls that he was banging said he reeked, like not stunk, like reeked.
And they still let him bang him?
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely got like some fucking something.
Oh no, those are some. He would get the crazy girls. He got this one crackhead client and her mom at the same time, but they were like both of them teeth missing, freaking meth heads. I was like, I get being, a hoe. I get it. We've all
I,
been there, but not that
we've all
bad.
been there. I've been a hoe. I bet when I was skinnier, I was a hoe. I was definitely. That's why I don't get skinny anymore. Cause nah.
You can't
but
fight them away.
but if you like all I'm saying, if you love me when I'm fat, then I'll get skinny for you. But like,
Huh?
if you don't love me like this, then I'm not loving you. We're
Right?
not. But I'm saying like, yeah, no, those situations are crazy, man. Like I've been there. I like it. You have to clean your fucking self, dude. I've been there in the opposite scenario, and I said I stopped. I was like, fuck this. Usually there's nothing that will fucking stop me, but unless the pussy stinks.
Yeah. No, you should have seen. That was one time when I was piercing. I had to pierce this girl's hood, and she stunk. And I had to tell her to go home. I was like, "Girl, that smells like you haven't washed yourself in months. You need to go shower, and then I can do it." Like I don't care if I embarrassed her because I know I did. But I'm like, girl, that's nasty. That's gonna give you an infection if I pierce that. Like, you need to go wash yourself and make sure you keep washing yourself.
You need to go to a doctor.
Yeah, something, cause geez, though. So yeah, no, those they get wild. It's not just hoochies; it's just people in general are weirdos. And, uh, yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. That's even on our topic. Of how do you not burn out? That stuff gets stressful. You know, like I'm trying to be loyal to my wife. I'm trying to be a good person, but all these hoochies acting crazy and all these other artists out there like, oh, nice, cool, your girl ain't gonna know. I'm like, nah, I'll know. I don't care about what she knows.
So out here, I'm a little terrified of the thought of getting into another relationship because I like them crazy. So,
Yeah.
and I like a little crazy on my on my day, just here and there. But dude, I know what I just went through with the last one. I can only imagine what I'm gonna go through as a tattoo artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when it was before, and I was like doing a job where like, dude, I was working with recovering people, like people in recovery. So
Yeah.
like, I'm over here like, how in the hell, am I cheating on you? I'm working all fucking day, and this is like my response that I would tell like the girl I was with at the time,
Yeah.
and she would just be like, "Oh, I just know you're cheating on me," blah blah blah. And I'm over here like, okay, well, wherever these invisible bitches are that you say I'm cheating on you with, hope they're happy, whatever.
Right.
I can only imagine what would go through a girl's head as us being tattoo artists, and I get asked a bunch of shit. I've been asked to tattoo. I've been asked to tattoo tits. I've been asked to tattoo vaginas. I've been asked to tattoo other shit.
Yeah.
I've said no to two out of the three. No, actually, I've said yes to two out of the three, but not the actual part, just on top.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it's like I can picture how it would be uncomfortable for someone being in a relationship. That's all we need to have. We need to have spouses in this shit. But
Yeah, that's a good one. Cause it seriously it takes a special partner to be with the tattoo artist. If you don't tattoo, like Scotty and Amber, I don't want to say they have it good because they still have their own personal arguments isn't a relationship. No relationship is perfect. Everybody argues, but they don't get to argue about, oh, well, you're late tattooing. Well, yeah, I was late tattooing because you helped me draw that freaking piece. Like,
Yeah.
When the other person doesn't know, it's harder to explain that. It's harder to be like, well, yeah, I drew the tattoo, but then set up and then stencil took an extra hour because I couldn't get it on right, so I had to reprint it. Like, they don't comprehend that. They're like, okay, well, reprinting it takes what, 2 minutes? No, God, I wish it did. Nope. And that's if your iPad and the printer work together. That's if everything runs smoothly. So when you have a partner, it's good for them to know what you're doing right away out the gate. Like, hey, I may tell you I'm gone for this long, but I may be gone for this long.
Yeah, it's so much different working with your partner than tattooing. Working with your partner and not working with your partner. Because I feel like for Scotty and Amber's situation, since they do get to work together and stay at the same shop, and it's a lot easier for her to be like, oh, I know where he's at. I know I can look at the cameras and see his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
In my situation, I feel like it's a lot harder because, like, I'm stepping into this as, like, I'm freshly, within the 5 years and shit like that. So,
oh yeah, oh shoot,
freshly
Danny
new
Moon's on.
tattooer.
Sorry, I'm gonna throw Danny Moon on. Sorry, keep going. Hey, Danny.
Hey.
What up? Do me a quick favor and turn your camera if you don't mind, so we get you in landscape mode.
It's good.
Camera side.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, are you at the shop?
Yeah, I am.
Hell yeah.
I was drawing. So I finished up an Orochimaru design, and then I saw your link and message. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, you good? We want to be on for a few minutes.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Did you tattoo today or did you just draw?
Is it me?
I tattooed, yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. What'd you tattoo today?
Some cyber sigilism on the thigh.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It was like a walk.
Can you hear me? I'm not.
What'd you say, Ray?
I said, can you hear me? I'm not echoing anymore.
Oh no. Now
You sound good to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, but what were you saying, Ray? Sorry.
No. Before we got Danny in.
Yeah.
I said no. I can't imagine going through whatever. What's gonna happen when I do end up getting it with someone, and then I am a tattoo artist, and I have to explain the whole situation of I'm just tattooing her. I'm not fucking her. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, well, sorry, Danny. I should have explained. We started our topic, but we strayed off to like relationships and being a tattoo artist. So Ray's single at the moment, and I'm married, so my wife has kind of seen a lot in my tattoo career. But that's what that's what I was telling Ray is like, it takes a special partner to be with a tattoo artist, especially one that doesn't tattoo.
I was telling him that I just recently, like, not recently, but a couple years ago, quit my job as a counselor, and I was dating a crazy girl at the time. So I can only imagine. I knew what I went through back then, so I can only imagine what I'm gonna go through as a tattoo artist. So that I'm gonna hear and bullshit.
I mean, the cool thing is, you have a lot of freedom, unless you're working for like an asshole that forces you to be there. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I force myself to be here, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, the first few years are really hard, But after that, it kind of like gets easier. Then they're like, oh fuck yeah, I'm happy I'm dating a tattoo artist.
Yeah, once they start getting tattooed, then it's different. Like,
When me and my girl first started hanging out, I remember she came in for she used to come in and grab my cards and hand them out to people because she was a bartender. And one day she came in and I was just sitting there because I had a no show no call and she got like a satanic Baphomet tattooed on her, but I made her pay. She paid for it, and then like I ended up just like spending it on her, like when we went on a date or something like that. But
There you go.
yeah, I remember charging her because I was like real nervous, like, oh, I don't want her to like be into me just because I tattoo or whatever.
yeah,
But it ended up working out. So
Oh yeah. You know when
Yeah.
they pay, they're coming back. They're there for the love when they pay.
correct.
yeah, she tipped
Correct.
me too. I was
There
like,
you go. See? Yeah.
It's
Damn.
the tip. It's the tip. That's how you know. Like,
Yeah. That's a
and she
lot.
was like every day she was coming in and getting like a stack of cards like this, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I ran out." Like every day, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Did she get tattooed by you before that point, or
Nope.
what?
That was
Just up until that one.
that was the one and
Dang.
only time I tattooed her because,
what?
yeah, I know it was the one and only time because
See that?
we were always really busy, and then we had a kid, and she breastfeeds, so she's not gonna be able to get tattooed for a total of like 2 years. Like
Okay.
there's gonna be like a 2 year gap where she didn't get tattooed. But after
But
I'll
once
probably be
she's ready.
tattooing her like every weekend.
Exactly. See, it's
Yeah, like
there's
if
a
she
day
wasn't
and a time.
breastfeeding, I would probably be tattooing her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, no, that's the best. You know what's funny though? I've been with my wife for God, like over 14 years now,
Mhm.
and I barely tattoo her.
Yeah.
Like she gets put on the back burner a lot, but it's not always my fault. She doesn't know what she wants, and she's like, and it's funny because everyone makes fun of her, and they're like, "Well, you are married to a tattoo artist. Why don't you have more tattoos?" And it's like she's unamused by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Desensitized to the
yeah,
madness.
exactly. Yeah.
It's
So
like,
she's like, "What does it
whatever.
matter?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. The rest of the world's like, wanting, I want so much, and she's like, when it happens, it happens.
Yeah, they're
It's
looking at her like you have the perfect fucking opportunity. You can't come up with a fucking single idea.
I mean, it's like asking like Justin Bieber's wife, like, you don't ask him to sing Baby.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
fuck no. I hate that song. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Yeah. She's like, I don't even like his voice. No.
Yeah.
He walks around the
Mama,
house
shut
humming all
up.
goddamn day. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
See,
fucking crazy.
it's
Yeah,
exactly
definitely
like
like
that.
I think it's funny that like our industry is so, it's very different once you're inside of it compared to the outside. Like so different. So different. Like your mindset, the way you see things, the way you see like trends and stuff. And
Mhm.
I don't know. It's you really wouldn't be able to know how it felt unless you were in the inside. You had the insider
Yeah.
scoop of it.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks we like party or like do shit like that. It's like, nah, man, my back hurts. I'm tired. Like
We're drinking to take the pain away from our backs. We're not drinking for fun anymore.
You want to see my end of the day? I'm in the chair going like this, like
Yeah, getting that
Getting a
good
full
massage
massage.
going. Yeah, I love it. So actually, that's a good little pull back to our original topic. Danny, how do you keep yourself from burning out or doing too much? Because I know you had just mentioned that you kind of force yourself to even beat the shop.
yeah, and
What?
honestly, things that I do to keep myself from burning out is it's hard because I'm weird and I have like obsessive trait about me, but I take advantage of that for sure. So like I genuinely am obsessed with tattooing. So
Oh yeah.
but you know, like I want to actually bring this up. Like when I was looking for a shop and I moved back down here, I was having trouble finding work, and I was tattooing like whatever whoever I could, you know what I mean, that knew who I was a
Mhm.
tattoo artist while I was like looking for a shop and stuff like that, and that kind of burnt me out. And I think, damn, this is a good question, man. Without trailing off, it's a hard
Right.
question without trailing off, man. I think the main thing is discipline. Honestly, I will tattoo even when I'm burnt out, and I just had such a bad life before that it's easy for me to always stay like, what's the word I'm looking for? Grateful for the position I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
And
good way to put it.
you know, like it saved my life. It keeps me away from like, you know, that the same trait that I take advantage of to always be getting better and always be drawing and like I'll just show my room around. Like I'm one of those guys that like my room is littered with designs that I do. Like
Nice.
once I run out of space, I'm gonna have to start putting it. Oh shit! What did I do to my?
That's
What did I
awesome.
do to my fucking white? Oh, there we go. There we go. But I'm always drawing. I never, you know, I always stay grateful. Um, I understand the importance of like listening to my body. So if I feel burnt out, that could mean maybe it's been a while since I read like a book, or maybe it's been a while since I like sat down and like played through a video game or something. Or sometimes
Yep.
it could be I'm lacking inspiration, because when you're inspired, you'll spend like 16 hours on something before you eat or leave or do
Yeah.
whatever. And if I don't have that, I know that's my natural habitat. So if I'm not feeling that way, then something about me is not not there. So maybe I have to go read a new comic book, or maybe like go back and like read some like Star Wars lore, or like find something interesting, or like that might spark or fuel a desire in me to jump back on the paper and like draw it up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I
Oh yeah.
I have a good, you know, convenience factor of like I specialize in like anime and video games and like illustrative stuff. So I get
Yeah.
to, you know, if I look at a Lord of the Rings movie or something and I'm like, man, that shit was badass, and like it sparks some fantasy stuff in my mind, I can just go and draw that or whatever. But it's important to like remember we're artists and creators first before we're tattoo artists. So if I'm ever burnt
Yeah.
out in tattooing, maybe I should make a painting or do
Yeah.
some like arts and crafts or something. I don't know. Or maybe
Yeah.
just fucking just sit in bed all day and do fucking nothing.
Yeah. Honestly, sometimes those are good days to have. You know, a good day of just laying in bed, sleeping in. Um, but I like how you put it a little bit ago. Like you're just happy to be where you're at. You know that that's what pushes, and I really appreciate that a lot, because I think that's where a lot of the really good kind of artists pull that energy from, is before tattooing. And I don't think people really get, when you say tattooing saved my life, to, you know, a lot of us, like especially for me, I'm the same thing. Like tattooing is everything. It pulls me from drugs. It keeps me away from backsliding. It's because I don't want to get caught on drugs again and then start messing up my tattoos. So
Facts.
it's definitely
Or
a
even
motivation.
with the power we have, with how fast we could make, a couple $100, if we're not in the right headspace and we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, we could easily ruin our lives, like
Yeah.
in like
Yeah.
one long bender. We'll wake up or snap out of it and realize we lost our jobs, we got ourselves canceled on Instagram or some shit.
Yeah.
Our girl left us, like,
That's
and it's not like that's just like adding to what you're saying, but like when I say that, it's not like I don't want people to think like we do this because we're afraid of it, but it's more like we embrace that side of us that we unlocked along the way. And it's almost like it's almost just as easy to stay okay as it is to go back, I think, because we just know that we're not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
But I had really bad. I'm not afraid to admit it. I had bad drug problems, like bad drug problems. So, and I don't know. It's like the same feeling, but in a good way. I just make art.
Yeah.
Now I'm addicted to this.
Yeah.
Drawing and doing this shit.
Yeah. Well, it's such an endorphin to get done with a piece. Like a lot of people come to me and they think I know, well, you guys know, people come to us and they think we know what the tattoo is going to look like when it's done.
Yeah.
But we don't. Like, we have an idea. We have a good idea of what we want it to look like, what we want this to be. And my favorite part is at the end, looking back with the client and going, damn.
Yeah.
That looks good. I did that. That
when
came,
you walk,
like that
you
moment.
bring them out and you show everyone else in the shop. You're like,
yeah.
Yep. Like that
And
kind of shit.
It's not even that. Sometimes when you just finish and someone says you did that, and I'm like, what, bitch? Like,
I love that.
Like,
I haven't heard that in a long time. But when I was like coming up as an apprentice, I started hearing that and I was like, I did do that.
Yeah. But recognize.
What? And you know what too, though, you've like I find myself doing it a lot lately. Is like I'll go back on my Instagram or like old tattoos that I did last year, and like I haven't looked at them in a year, and I'll go back and I'll be like, damn, wait, yeah, I did that. Like I sometimes you gotta hype yourself up. Like you gotta give yourself that props to just be like, okay, I didn't like you when I did it, but that sucker's clean. I did good,
Yeah, we deserve our flowers. It sucks that we don't want to give it to ourselves a lot of the time.
No, we're our worst critic, but that's a lot of where I feel a lot of younger guys and not even younger, but like newer to tattooing, like they get burnt out real quick because they forget that, you got to have fun with this. You got to enjoy it. And, you're changing someone's life. It's so much more than just throwing ink on skin. Like this, I always tell people tattooing is just as much of a stress reliever to do it as it is to get it. Everyone talks about tattoo therapy. Well, I'm getting therapy by tattooing you.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a cool feeling.
It's a connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're one.
It's like a Vulcan mind melt.
We're Voltron. For this one tattoo, we're Voltron.
Yep, you're connecting, you're collabing, and that's what I tell my clients too, is we're collabing. We're two artists coming together. Even though the client may not be an artist, but they have an idea, and it's my job to make it real.
Yeah. I like that.
So we're collaborating, we're working together. Even I'll have a lot of clients that'll tell me like, do what you want. I'm like, well, I can do what I want, but how about we do what we want? What we agree on, what we think is dope.
Yes.
But that's
I
also
wish more people knew that was an option. I get a lot because I'm like I'm a street shop walking warrior basically. Like when I do my my style of stuff, it's after I've already established connection with them. But most of the time, I'm doing walk-ins, and a
Okay.
lot of time, it's almost like they don't realize I can literally draw whatever they want. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
they'll be like, "Can you do this?" And they'll show me like a dove or something, and be like, "I don't know if you can draw it or whatever. I didn't see one on your Instagram," and it's like. Yes, I can
Why do
do
you have my
that,
Instagram
and
for
I can
drawing?
do it better than the picture you're showing me. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah. One and even with that, a lot of clients want to start asking, "Oh, I didn't see that." When it's like, well, it's probably already on there, but you didn't look all the way
Yeah.
down, or
Did scroll.
yeah, or I haven't even done one dope that you're gonna see it. Like this one you're giving me is gonna be the dopest one.
Or I
Right,
wasn't
right.
even planning on posting this, and I'm about to give you a fucking deal of your lifetime.
I I I love it though. There's just something about when clients are surprised when you're like, no, not only can I do that, but I'm gonna do it doper. And then you build a rapport with them. You start making,
Working on.
oh, that's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's hella dope.
I'm working on that one. It's not done yet.
That reminds
Yeah.
me of are you familiar with like Final Fantasy at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every like volume or release they have, it'll be like something on the cover, and they'll have like that gradient of a bunch of different colors
Yeah.
going through it. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the character from Tokyo Ghoul, like the main character.
about?
Get your ass down.
Fuck, what's his name? I have to do that on one of the piercers here. I
Yeah.
drew up damn, I'm blanking. What's his name?
I've tattooed him only once. I fucking can't remember it right now. But I'm sure I have a statue of him that says his fucking name in here
It
somewhere.
has
You
like an
gotta
I or a K.
Shut
It's
up.
either a
Bitch.
T, an I, or a K that it starts with.
Fucking shit. Let me look it up.
I got. Oh, you got to boot up the computer now.
Yeah.
Huh? That's awesome.
It's gonna bother me. Oh well.
I'll get it.
He'll find it. Ray will
Fake
find
anime
it.
artists.
Huh?
I said we're fake anime artists.
No, I know my characters. I just don't remember them sometimes. Like, yo, this fucking one girl came in and I felt so fucking
It's like
disrespected because she was like, she said she called into the shop and said she wanted a tattoo of bleach, and I was like, oh, fuck yes, love bleach.
And it was like a bleach spray bottle.
No.
Okay.
No. So
Okay.
then she calls in again and says, okay, I'll take that date that he wanted to do the tattoo. She's talking to Gep, the piercer at the shop, and she goes, tell Ray I just want to get a tattoo of Rukia. So I was like, fuck, because I was like, out of all the characters, you picked the weakest bitch. But so I saw you laughing too, and it's funny because it's true. But yeah, so I draw up some Rukia tattoos, dude. They look good and everything. And she comes in and she was like, no, I you don't get it. I want the like a rendition, something that like says it's Rukia, like a symbol of Rukia, not Rukia.
I hate that.
I'm
That's
like,
like my biggest, like, man.
Yeah,
You know
all
what I mean?
excited, and then it's
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, fuck, I hate this character, but the ones I drew were fucking nice, you know?
yeah.
And yeah, fucking sucked, man. I and then she tells me, if you have any other ideas that you want to do on someone, well, you could always hit me up. And I was like, I'm never gonna hit you up because you want symbols. You don't want tattoos. Like,
Yeah, I showed you what I wanted to do, and you didn't want it.
you didn't want it. And I was gonna do it for the same fucking price I charged you for that fucking symbol. And I was gonna hook you up.
It's all right. It's their body, but it's just like,
could have done something cool with it.
I'm working on some dope shit. I'm working on it's a like a, what's the word? I guess like a line, like you know, like when I guess like a flash sheet, but they're so big, they're their own flash sheets. But like I'm gonna randomly drop like eight to 10 like anime portrait tattoos, you know what I mean? Like big ones.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they're all villains. And I'm just gonna call it the villain drop. So it's gonna be pretty dope. I'm excited as fuck.
I heard one thing as a kid, but I'm gonna tell you, his name is Kaneki.
Kaneki, yeah. See, but, I said it was either an I, a K, or a yeah.
Or a T, I think you said. But I learned from an early age, and like it was told to me, or I heard it somewhere. I don't know where the fuck I remember it from. But I was like, as a child, we admire the hero, but as an adult, we begin to understand the villain. And I fucking get all the villains now. Like I love the villains because like not all of them because fuck Berserk, but like
yeah, that guy is fucking psychotic.
Yeah, that's fucking psychotic. But like, yo, if you ever want to see a fucked up anime, Berserk.
I need to start it. I gotta start that one.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. There's a scene there that I couldn't even watch. I just skipped.
Someone spoiled the betrayal scene for me when he's stuck and like his friend like reveals himself or whatever as this bad guy. Huh?
You want me to fucking spoil it? Because I'll spoil it.
He's awesome.
Yeah, go. I mean, I've been spoiled. I mean, I've seen a lot of spoilers when it comes to Berserk by now.
Yeah, basically, like Griffith is Gut's friend. Gut is the main character. Like, so he's been fighting next to this motherfucker day in, day night, and then like pretty much saving him and shit. This motherfucker gets kidnapped and then gets tortured and fucked, and comes back. Gut's been fucking going around trying to save him, looking for him and shit. Once he gets him out, this motherfucker goes to the dark side, comes back, takes Guts' girlfriend and fucking rapes her in front of him.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the part I saw.
And all the demons come out to hold this motherfucker down so he can watch him. I skipped this whole fucking scene. Don't ask me to tell you what happened next. There's penetration and shit, but I skipped it. Like, you know what I mean?
Is it anime?
It's an anime, bro.
Have you ever seen the guy who's like jacked and he has short black hair and he has the big ass sword?
Yeah.
That's it kind of looks like Cloud Strife's sword.
Okay.
A little bit. But yeah, I always heard that was like a really serious one. But I don't know. I think I was just a dark kid because growing up, I always liked the villains. Like off rip, I was like a villain person. But now, I'm more of like a hero person.
No,
I don't know what it is. So I'm backwards. I'm backwards now.
Let me bring you into my villain world because I want to show you who my favorite villain is. So I got this guy, and I got this guy.
Who's this guy?
So we got this guy,
Broly,
and everybody hates this Broly, and they can suck my fucking dick from the back because I don't care. I get it. All he wanted to do was be left the fuck alone. Leave him the fuck alone. If you keep fucking asking for it, I'm gonna come and fuck your ass up. And then number 2,
Madara.
Yeah,
Madara's goated.
This motherfucker was taking on armies by himself. You know what I mean?
Goated.
Solo.
I feel like he shouldn't have turned human so fast in the war. He should
And
have
then this
stayed.
is slowly becoming my new one.
Sakuna, yeah, he's dope, man. He reminds me of Madara a little bit.
Yeah,
He reminds
yeah.
me of a mixture of Madara and the Nine Tails put together.
Combined. Yeah.
Like, imagine if Naruto was walking around with Madara inside of him instead.
Yeah, but have you know what he does later on, right? You haven't read?
I'm pretty sure, like, I know he kills Gojo, right?
Yeah.
Which I knew that was going to happen
Yeah.
when I first started watching it, because I was like, he's so much stronger than the main character that we're not going to have an interesting, like, character development arc unless he dies or something. So I just knew, I was like, he's going to die. He's too strong, bro. He's too strong.
Well,
he's not even the main character.
They didn't kill him at first. They sealed him.
Yeah.
And then they let him out once everyone caught up to basically once they released everything from way back in the day, they let him out. I'm not going to spoil this for everybody. I'm not going to do this. Awesome. I like this show too much and I don't want to spoil it.
Jujutsu Kaisen's awesome. I actually think they deserve all the hype they're getting. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, Demon Slayer, I'm going to get shit on for this, but, like, I don't know, man. It just comes off as, like, it was the first time he wrote a story. I feel like it was, like, his first story he wrote. Because it has so many plot holes. They speed through it. He speeds through that shit. Like, how am I supposed to be crying about this man? He only has 2 episodes of screen time. He's dead already. And I'm supposed to be sad? I can't even fucking remember his name. I was calling him by his last name. And I'm supposed to be sad. You know what I mean? We're like, in Naruto, they'll have a villain and they'll explain his, like, the reason why he's bad, why he felt like this. He'll have, like, a 3-episode arc.
Talk about prolonging the fucking story.
Yeah.
Because
like, Naruto goes crazy with that.
Fuck that. Because, like, here we go. Because this is where I'm getting pissed at. Because, like, when Naruto was doing that shit, I guarantee you all you motherfuckers was like, can we just get to the fucking fight? Because, like,
I enjoyed the writing.
No, I enjoyed the writing. That shit. There's no way. There's no way.
I liked it. I would go back and rewatch it.
I enjoyed it, but it was too. They weren't all good. You know?
Yeah,
that's what sucked. It was a hitter, because then if they sucked, that's 2 sucky episodes you got to sit back to back with and hope that the next backstory was good.
How many
the fights usually would make up for it, though.
How many fucking episodes did they waste with Sasuke crying about not being stronger than fucking Naruto?
All of them.
I think there's like 300 filler episodes or something.
Yeah. Naruto would have been so fucking short and so fucking awesome if it would have taken the perspective of Demon Slayer. Let's just give him the fights. Like,
yeah. Just make it what it is and go.
I think if Demon Slayer would have, looking at the shows, I feel like your show will be hurt a lot more by a lack of episodes than, like, too many. Like, Naruto definitely wasn't really hurt that much by having too many filler episodes and stuff like that, and, like, nonsense going on. But, like, Demon Slayer, it went as fast as it came, I feel like, just because there wasn't enough to ground. Like, I really wish when they had the training arc and they were in that village, I wish it was just a little bit, like, certain parts longer. Like,
yeah, but
Goku should have been around a lot longer.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But I don't think it's that short. I think they're giving you what you need to see. And if they didn't, I think they can always make a movie out of it.
They could. I think the main thing that was kind of that bugged me a lot though was when I found out the elements weren't real. They were metaphorical.
Oh, like the whole attacks and shit like that.
Yeah, like they're not actually there.
Yeah, but
Which leaves a lot of plot holes.
a lot of
Like
people
how are
that were
they
killed. Yeah, that we don't know what killed. Yeah, I get it.
or like how is the moon breathing making moon shaped slices then? If the moons weren't real.
He was throwing swords at him.
I
Kunai,
can't.
kunais.
It was just like fuck, man. Like they didn't have to do that. Like I like the idea that a samurai is like cutting you with fire and shit. That's cool as fuck, man. I always thought it was like the samurai version of Naruto, you know?
Mm.
But
I wouldn't want the samurai version of. I wouldn't want another fucking Naruto. Just like I
no,
wouldn't want another fucking One Piece because it'll take for fucking ever. So like,
definitely.
I
But if we
wouldn't want.
don't get another one, then the future generations won't have a long going
Fuck
in.
those motherfuckers. There's already once again, fuck those future generations because there's already a fucking Naruto. There's already a fucking Dragon Ball
I
Z,
did
and there's
say
already a fucking.
I did say at one point somewhere in a comment section, and it like till this day I'll get likes on it and shit. But I was like, I think all the best anime were already made, and now
Yeah,
we're just gonna get anime that were inspired by the best anime. And I'm just really happy that I lived through that like
yeah.
crazy booming of stories and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Like
Well, there's
Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball, like fucking Naruto, like all these things. Now I'm when the new anime come out, I see the old anime in that new anime. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, they got inspired by this and this. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, that man loves Naruto. That man loves Naruto.
Mm,
I see
no.
so much of Naruto
What
in
in the
Jujutsu
in what
Kaisen.
in what
Like
the
the
release?
the style of writing, the way like the art style, the way they
No,
like
the
do
art style
certain
is the
things.
same because like that's the you understand that the writer is not necessarily the artist though. A lot of the times
Most
we
of the
don't get
time,
that privilege.
yes.
We don't
Like
even get that
Masashi
privilege
Kishimoto,
anymore. Yeah, but we don't
Masashi
get that privilege
Kishimoto,
anymore.
huh?
Anymore, we don't get that privilege. Like Akira Toriyama would never be that person again, or RIP. Like all those fucking people would never be there again. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna write the story, but I'm gonna send it to this person so they can draw it up, and then they're gonna fucking draw it
That's
up, and
the
then
that's the least common way it happens though. Like Bleach was no, not Bleach, Death Note was like that. And
Mhm.
actually the two guys that worked together, they made Bakuman and another one, and they're the most notable ones that did that. But most of like I wanted to be a mangaka before, like when I was a kid, like I would draw. I've made like 7 different mangas.
yeah,
And like I still want to release one that I've been working on and like revising since I was like 11,
yeah.
and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it till I'm like 10 more years maybe, because I just don't have the time, and tattooing takes too much of my time, and
Yeah,
it takes me like 3 months to make one volume by myself.
I
But
think a
like I
lot of the
was,
times. Oops,
huh?
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But I was like really heavily invested in it when I was a kid. And basically, how they do it is, most of the time, if you're a mangaka, you write your pilot, and you draw it too, and then you give it to an editor, and the editor will tell you, "Hey, we need more of this. We need
Hmm.
more, or we need more minorities, or hey, like this female character. I like what you're doing with her, but." She's better as a side character, and this one side character was a lot more interesting with like this more, and they'll like move your story around and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then if you get the backing of a studio, you'll have more people like involved with it. But most of the time, it's just one person at first. But Japan, they just when it comes to art and working hard and shit like that and creating, I feel like they always, at least in the 90s, respected the quality a lot more. Now
Yeah.
it's like, now they're just like, fuck it. They even like how anime are released now compared to back in the day, we would get an episode once a week. Now they're like, okay, here's like 18 episodes. Now we're on hiatus for like a year, 2 years. All right, now here's 18 more episodes, and they
Well,
go by
that's the
seasons.
Netflix type of way. I think there's some that are still. Jujutsu Kaisen's coming out slow. I think that's a great one.
It's just
Demon
better
Slayer is like
for.
every week or something like that, and so has been. I don't know if you watch Kaiju #8. That's been weekly, like every Saturday.
Really?
Yeah,
That's good that they still do that, because man,
they even come out
I
weekly on Crunchyroll. Like you have to wait till Saturday for it to come out.
that's good. Another
On
thing, because
what?
Crunchyroll is an app to watch anime.
I'm not that versed in anime, so I'm
It's
just
Netflix
listening
for
and
anime.
learning. Okay.
Yeah, it's Netflix for anime.
Hell yeah.
if you
Yeah.
now I just pirate stuff.
Oh, check that out.
I pirate a lot of the stuff I watch. I feel like these streaming services forgot their place. It's like, what the hell? Like now you can pay. Well, which one started throwing ads back in? Even if you
All
pay
of
for
them
it,
right now.
Prime.
even if you pay.
Prime has it. You have to pay like things like $12.99 or $2.99 extra a month because you already paid for Prime. So
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to me that like we started doing this shit because we didn't want commercials and we wanted to watch what we wanted to watch and when, and we still have that freedom, but it's like it turned into not what we expected. I think after
Yeah.
like 10 years, it
Yeah.
it turned into an other shit show.
Yeah.
So
Well, what pisses me off is because I'll go through what is it, Hulu and Prime, and their commercials are different. One will let me fast forward through the commercials, and another one won't let me. And it's like, why? Let me fast forward. I mean, you can't. Like,
yeah,
I
that's
don't want to
weird.
buy any of what you're selling me, anyways.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be a fat ass and watch anime. I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
buy your laundry
Nothing.
detergent.
No, I hate
It's
the
always
ones
a
that
weird ass commercial. It's either Blue Chew or fucking Manscaped. Like it's
Right.
always
Yeah.
never fucking something that you want to hear, or
No.
some food shit like Chili's or Applebee's, so it can get you hungry as fuck.
Yeah, it's always so.
And then what's up with like their like underground deals and trades? So like it's like, okay, let me get Netflix because I really want to watch this show and Netflix has it. And then you get Netflix and then they're like, okay, we're taking this show off. You're like, what the fuck? And then Hulu's like,
Yeah.
oh, we have this show now. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
fuck. And then
I
like
don't.
if you don't keep track, you end up with like Hulu, Netflix,
Yeah.
Prime, all this shit, and you're like,
Yeah, all
what
just
the
to watch
fuck?
one show.
I don't like the fact
Hate
that
that.
sometimes you log in and they say, "Oh, Netflix has a show," and you click on it and you're like, "Oh, I got fucking Netflix. I should be able to watch it," or Hulu, and it says, "Oh, only for premium TV service people that have it can watch the show." And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm not paying for live TV when I can just watch it for free."
Right.
I just go on
have not.
AnyWave. I found this website called AnyWave.
Yeah.
Watch everything for free, but you need a pop-up blocker because it like after a certain amount of like episodes or whatever, if you try to like maximize the screen, or it'll like do things like it'll mute the audio and then shrink it. And then you're like, okay, I have to click to maximize it and click to turn the audio back on. But then you'll get hit with like a wave of pop-ups. So try to like open Chatterbait and shit.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
but
what?
it's really not that bad. I would rather do that than pay.
Right.
That's
What's
how I finished Vinland Saga.
what's a good place to watch Dragon Ball Z? Some of the first ones, like even Dragon Ball, because no one's got it.
You got a Fire TV?
No.
I'm pretty sure Anywave has that.
Anyway,
I think Anywave has like everything.
I have to check it
Like
out because I've been trying to watch.
Wave, but have
I'm
that
trying to
pop-up
watch
blocker.
it with my son. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out because me and my son keep trying to watch it, but I think the only thing is they've got Broly on Hulu Prime.
And is it the new or the old Broly?
I think it's the newer one. I don't even think it's the old one.
But
I'm trying.
If they don't have it, you can text me and I'll send you my shit so you can watch it online.
Okay.
On my account.
Your figurine, is that the new or the old Broly? Like when you said, "Oh, they don't."
Oh, I have them both.
Like
the new one's right there. There he is, right. Oh, wait up.
So you were showing me the old one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you prefer the old one then?
Yes.
Okay,
oh,
me
yeah,
too.
No, Ray's an old school. Show up your DVD or your it was a DVD, I think.
Dude, I had that. I think it was like my 7th or 8th birthday. My dad gave me the Broly movie, and I thought that shit was so sick because he was beating the fuck out of everybody, and then Deftones started playing, or I think it was Pantera or something.
Pantera.
And I'm like an 8-year-old kid, like, this is awesome.
So
yeah,
there's the Broly movie. It's signed by Broly. I don't know if you can see it.
That's the OG one, yeah.
So that's signed by Broly.
I thought that shit was so cool.
And then back here, signed by Gohan.
That's dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I met him at the convention, and I got their signatures on the VHS. So
that's pretty badass. Dope. I got to get on MegaCon this year in Orlando. That's what. That's or I think it passed, or I think I'm doing 2025 or something. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully maybe they have like some cool voice actors there, and maybe I can like, I don't know, in the back or wherever the vendors chill and shit. Maybe I can hit them up or something. I don't know how it works. Yeah. Tattoo Alley.
But yeah, they're and if you're in an anime convention, there's fucking people as like celebrities, as in voice actors. You are basically a god to them. They were taught, like, dude, the voice actor for Broly literally came to our booth and started hanging out with us. Legit.
Really? Why?
Because
they're god to me.
We were tattoo artists. We were just hanging out there. I was freaking the fuck. I was fanboying the fuck out. Because as soon as I heard Broly was going to be there, I was like, I'm going. I had my statues, all of his statues. I had my painting and all that shit. But, yeah. So, like, when I met him, I was fanning the fuck out. But he was a cool dude. He's just normal.
Why do you think people don't like the old Broly?
He doesn't even like the old Broly. Because he thinks it's he's like a brute. And I got him. I understood him. He just wanted to be left the fuck alone. Like,
I think I like the explosive nature. Like when he first transforms, that green light's coming out of his mouth, and he's just like, and it explodes his face off.
Dude, when he palmed the shit out of Vegeta and just fucking put him in the wall, that's the best fucking scene.
Or when Vegeta's just like, he's just like fucking hyperventilating. He's like, we're all dead.
Yeah.
We're all dead.
Have you seen the funny version?
No. Like the abridged shit?
When you're done with this shit, look up. Yo, you and your son should look this up too, Straw. It's called Team 4-Star on fucking YouTube. Watch these motherfuckers. Yeah, because
I saw the Namek Saga. Namek Saga, where he's like, fuck, and like flying and shit. Yeah, it's pretty good. They're doing
Yeah,
that with
that's
Naruto now. They made like a hood Naruto.
Yeah, but I don't like
That's
the
awesome.
Naruto. I like more of the fucking Dragon Ball Z shit they did was amazing because they
You're welcome.
sounded exactly like the fucking characters. Like
Dang.
Vegeta sounded like Vegeta.
Yeah,
That's-
well, with the hood Naruto, they're using I think AI.
Okay.
So I think
Mm.
someone's like typing out what they're doing, but the AI is good. Like the AI is good. Like Naruto sounds like Naruto, but he's saying like hood rat shit.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
Or
no.
awesome. I love those videos. I love
Well,
when they
Team
do
Four
that.
Star is 4 dudes, and they all did the voices, so they're pretty good.
that's pretty
Team Four
impressive.
Star. Are
Team-
they not the dudes who did the Nigga Turtles back in the day? Did they? Did you
Might
ever
have.
see that one?
The
Do you
Ninja
remember those
Turtles?
ones? Yeah. Did you ever see that one? They redo the Ninja Turtle movies from the first two real life ones, but they
No,
redo the entire movie. Like they revoice the entire thing, and
Let me
it's freaking hilarious. You got if you get the
That's
chance
awesome.
after this, look that one up because
I will.
that's an old one, but it's funny. Oh man, it was the best one. But the guys who created that did a bunch of them after. They didn't just do the Ninja Turtles. They had a pretty big YouTube channel in the early 2000s.
Yeah, these
But
guys.
it was like 3 black dudes or something. They were freaking hilarious.
These guys got to the Majin Buu of they got to the Majin Buu saga, and they had to be they got stopped.
They got stopped.
Yeah, because
Like
they got
legally?
sued. They got sued by Akira Toriyama.
No way.
Dang.
It's like it says it on their fucking thing.
Damn, dude. Wow.
That's crazy. You know what though? South Park made that cool. Like you didn't make a parody unless you got sued by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got to have that lawsuit to be considered a parody artist.
Mhm. Yeah, they did Hellsing, they did Dragon Ball Z, and then until they got to the Majin Buu saga, and then they couldn't do anymore. Like the fucking fight between Vegeta and fucking Android 16 is the fucking funniest shit ever. Cause like, yo, when he's like, is it 16 or like what? 19, the fat dude.
Oh,
the
yeah, the white guy, he's like pasty white, has like the Jewish hat.
He's like Vegeta shows up and he just starts laughing at his fucking facial features. He's like, I show up and they give me a fucking robot that has a weight problem. Just starts roasting the fucking shit out of this thing. And then all of a sudden he just goes, I just got one question. And he's like, yeah. He's like, do you feel fear? He's like, no. And like, do not compute or something. Because they made the robots, the androids, sound like androids, which was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
They don't sound like human beings. They're like, do not compute. And then all of a sudden the fucking Vegeta just comes out of nowhere and kicks him in the fucking stomach. And they see it, and someone sees you know how when he kicks him, you can see his like foot on the other side, and someone goes, "Is that his fucking foot?" Like,
Is that? That's funny.
What would you say if someone didn't really like watch anime at all, but they wanted to get into it? What would be your recommended first anime, first watch?
it's not One Piece.
It's not.
It's too long. I wouldn't do that to anybody. Damn. To like fucking get him stuck on it immediately.
Yeah.
Fuck. Might have to go on my watch list.
Oh, there's some good ones.
I think I would
I
recommend
always
Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. I was thinking Rurouni Kenshin, like Samurai
That's
X.
a good one.
Oh, you know which one? Basilisk. Is it Basilisk? Is it Basilisk? Let me double check it.
Basilisk. That sounds cool.
Yeah, this shit. I don't know if anyone's ever. Sorry, hold up. This shit right here. I don't know if anybody's ever watched that shit before.
She
Uh-uh.
looks like the chick. She looks like the insect lady from Demon Slayer.
Kinda. But it's basically the Romeo and Juliet fucking anime.
Okay, do they both end up dead?
Yeah. Is it actiony or is it
Oh, it's samurais. It's Romeo and Juliet as samurais, and they have strong
okay?
ass powers. So
Have you ever
it's
heard of
legit.
Food Wars?
Yes, fucking Food Wars is my shit. But it's kind of a little bit fucking pervertish when they start tasting the food.
Oh yeah, like for some reason, dude, this guy he cooks so good that like every time they try his food, their clothes blow off and shit.
Busted.
And they're like,
They
Oh
they're
busted.
like,
jeez.
yeah.
The
But it's
girls
funny.
are
They do it in a funny
the
way.
girls are like like, and then when he gives them bad food, they're like he gives this girl peanut butter tentacles or like peanut butter squid, and she tasted it, and the squid like came out and started wrapping her like the tentacles around her legs and shit, spraying her legs out, cutting all her clothes off. Yeah, you can already picture how.
What the
Oh
fuck?
jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like let me see that fucking scene because I'll put it up on the TV so y'all can see it.
I love
Anime
anime
is
like that.
wild.
I love anime where it doesn't take itself too seriously.
I love that fucking anime. I think it's the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with it.
Yeah, here you go. No sound, but you know. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The animation quality is really good too for like a
Yeah.
joke.
There's the peanut butter squid.
It's all epic.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah, it's very dramatic. Like it's just a work of art. Like
Look at this.
Oh, gee.
like she's having like a nightmare of how bad it tastes.
Jesus, it's a whole squid that came out of nowhere.
And molested her.
Jesus.
Yeah. So you know, I already see where that one goes.
That's
But there's also good scenes. There's different scenes that like he gives them good
Yeah.
food and they're like busting a nut because the good food is so good or something.
You know what I started watching recently? Solo Leveling.
Oh yes. Yes.
But it confuses me. I've been seeing somewhere online that like the season was just to like market their game,
Oh, the game's dope though. I'll play the game.
but I was like, huh, I'm more interested in the show. But that was just like a huge like. There is okay. Because someone was like, yeah, it was just a publicity stunt for their game, and I was like, but hopefully,
No, they already
I'm
announced
glad that the season 2's coming.
No, they already announced it. You wouldn't do a whole fucking anime that good for just
I know, right?
yeah, for a video game. There's the game's decent, but like it's not that great. But I think the show was great. I think it did. My fucking brother hates it. I love it because he says it's based upon a fucking MMO and shit. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, because MMO is basically you basically step into a game. They're living this scenario.
And he's the only one that
Correct.
has like I feel like his superpower is that he's like a video game character.
Correct. He's
Like
basically was reincarnated as a
because
character.
like he's the only one that's like that. It's not like in
Yeah.
Sword Art Online where everyone understands that they have stats and all this shit, and he's the only one that's like that. Everyone else doesn't
So
level up or anything.
everyone hates it because they look at it as an MMO and they're like, oh, he shouldn't be taking it like this, or he shouldn't be doing like this. He should be grinding points or whatever. You know, the fucking nerds. And
Oh yeah.
and I usually just try to tell them, like, it's just a fucking show, dude. Like, it's not that serious. It's good. It's fucking entertaining. What the fuck is the big deal? Like,
Has there ever been an anime that made you cry?
oh fuck. Fucking
Pokemon made me cry.
Pokemon.
Was it the Jirachi movie?
No, it was the fucking Mewtwo movie when Mewtwo and Mew hit each other with the ball and Ash started like fucking turning to stone and Pikachu just started like fucking freaking the fuck out. That really
Shocking them all crazy. Yeah. Dead
Yeah.
quiet, and all you just hear is Pikachu screaming. Yeah, no, Tesla Heart even talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruh,
Like
bruh.
it's a good fucking scene. There's others that definitely got me there, and I just Jiraiya dying. Jiraiya was crazy for me.
Dude, I was shocked. Cause like
Itachi, because I didn't think Itachi was gonna die, but you know.
I did not think Jiraiya was gonna die.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he's gonna get out, and we're gonna have another training arc or whatever. Like, I was pretty much like, chop chop, let's get to it. Like, all right, and then I'm like, oh, he's getting stabbed a lot, and then I'm like, that guy's drowning, and then I was like, oh, he's like dead. He's not gonna come back from this. I was like, oh my god, and then the popsicle scene where
Yeah.
Naruto like gets all depressed and shit. I'm like, okay, he's
Yeah.
actually fucking dead, and we don't have the Dragon Balls or nothing, so he's like dead.
Yeah. Yeah, because Dragon Ball, I kind of got used to very early that we can wish him back, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Dragon Ball, whenever you see Krillin die, it's just like, oh, we'll worry about that later.
Naruto, there's always that reincarnation jutsu, but
It's not permanent.
every anime has a story that definitely Naruto, when he asked this what the fuck is this guy's name to be his fucking father figure for his wedding, that fucking shit got me.
Iruka?
Yes. You didn't think that was a good fucking scene? Like that shit, I was like
Yeah, but I was always just kind of, it's just like, I don't know, Iruka, it's like he wasn't as relevant later on. I wish they kept him around more.
But he was the one that took care of him as a child, so that makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, dude, Naruto's childhood doesn't make any fucking sense at all, dude. It's
At
like the
all.
last thing Minato says, hey, take care of my kid, like blah blah blah, I'm about to sacrifice myself for everybody.
Oh yeah, and the old dude ended up starting a fucking war for no fucking reason and not taking care of his fucking kid.
Yeah.
Well, he put him in an apartment, but he doesn't go and check up on him. He doesn't fucking.
Dude, he was drinking spoiled milk and shit.
Yeah, he was drinking. All this motherfucker ate was ramen. And,
Dude,
and technically, Naruto shouldn't have survived.
no, because the ramen guy was just nice. It's not like
Yeah.
he was buying the ramen.
If it wasn't for the ramen guy and Iruka Sensei, he would have died.
He would have died of not even from like a battle. He would have died of starvation in his apartment.
He would have died. This old dude was supposed this dude. Minato's last wish was watch my kid and take care of my kid, make sure he's okay.
And they're like,
and
fuck
this
him.
nigga said, I'm gonna put him in an apartment. I'm gonna pay for that apartment, but I'm not gonna provide food. I'm not gonna provide milk. I'm not gonna provide anything.
And the thing that gets me is they already had a house. It didn't get destroyed.
Yeah,
So they're just like, okay, we're gonna sell the house.
and put
Fuck
you in an
him.
apartment.
We're putting him in a fucking 1 bedroom. Fuck that guy.
Which
Like,
probably
That's
the shit that sold, whatever they sold the house for, that's probably what paid for that apartment. So he technically didn't put any of his money in there. It was his dad that fucking paid for it.
yeah.
I know it's all just because a lot of the stuff Masashi Kishimoto probably was coming up with along the way, but it doesn't look good. It didn't age well. Like same with when they have flashbacks in original Naruto. They have flashbacks of the Cloud Village when they infiltrate the Leaf Village and they like steal
Yeah,
the Hyuga clan
yeah.
member. It's a bunch of like white dudes, not a single black dude. But then in Shippuden, it's like all
They're
of a
black.
sudden it's like, what the fuck?
All black.
This is like black people country. Like what? And then it was literally just because Naruto probably got so popular in the north
Yeah.
side of the world that they were like, okay, Americans really like this.
So they
We
put a
need
black dude with white hair and braids and talked like he was rapping. And they said, oh,
so
and not just that, he's a purple octopus when he transforms.
yeah.
Couldn't get
That's
any more
awesome.
fucking racist. I tell you that shit. Like,
Yeah, like,
Damn.
even when they're not trying to be, it's like
they're
fuck.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But it's just like it's just lack of diversity over there. They're not like as in tune with things. You know what I
I want to
mean?
live over there.
I want to guest spot there at least. I don't think I would want to live there. I feel like I would get treated as like a
A god.
I feel like the tattoos would really, really bother people.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like I follow this guy who basically his YouTube channel is just like he goes around and interviews like residents and like each episode's like a different topic. But basically it's designed for Americans to learn more about how people are in Japan. And one episode was about tattoos, and like even young people were like, "No, I don't think we should change our rules about tattoos." And they were like, "Yeah, it's your responsibility to cover your tattoos so you don't make other people feel uncomfortable." And it's like I was like, "Wow, they're very different when it comes to that." And since I'm blasted, I feel like they're not gonna like even the younger people agreed. I'm like, holy shit, you guys aren't like advancing in any way, but I think it's because when you have a heavily cultured society, it's easier to have the same opinion.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all
Oh,
follow
yeah.
the same culture, and no one's really giving any pushback on it. So I feel like me personally,
Well, but there's still some spots out there. Like I've got a buddy out in South Africa that goes out there a lot to Japan and stuff. And he says when you find the right group, there's that kind of subculture or that underground culture that's still out there.
Yeah.
Especially, I want to go out there so bad because there's a huge Chicano style out there. I mean, like they're importing lowriders, and these dudes got Mexican flags all over, and they look like Mexicans, man. They're bald and they're tatted up.
yeah,
These dudes wear the LA Dodger hat like it's like they live in LA, like it's crazy.
but they're just Japanese guys.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and I want to go out there. So, but you've got to find because even we've got. I think you both have seen our AK-47 shirt that we have. We have a buddy who sent 3 shirts out to his friends in Japan, and they got them. But he said they only wear those shirts on certain occasions to certain places because they can't just wear a shirt with a gun on it anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's like they only wear them to those underground parties, or I'm hanging out with the homies.
Yeah.
You're not wearing that shirt to go grocery shopping. Yet for me, my kids wear it. My mom and dad have one, and
We
it's
wore it to Knoebels yesterday.
yeah, they wore it to a theme park with children all over. Like, no one here cares, but out there it's you can't even wear the shirt you want to wear, let alone have all these crazy tattoos.
Yeah.
But
I think the good thing is at least they like it that way and they don't feel oppressed or anything. Like
I don't care.
At least they're on board,
I'm still gonna come to your country and have fun. I don't care if you like me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, and that's why I agree with you, Danny. I wouldn't live out there, but I would definitely visit. I want a guest spot out there at least one time.
It's $15,000 to like $18,000 to get like a 3-bedroom house over there. You motherfuckers! You wouldn't live out there.
Exactly. I wouldn't even be able to buy the house unless I was oh wait, no, I think I can, but I couldn't be. I think it's like their rules are like you can't be a citizen unless you own property for at least 10 years. Then you get a citizenship or something like that.
That's fine. I'm gonna be there for 10 years.
So you would buy it, and then you'd have to just be like renewing your visa or whatever for 10 years or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you have to get rid of your American citizenship too.
That's fine. It didn't do nothing for me in the first place. All it did was just give me bills and credit debt. Like, over there they don't even check for credit. They just ask if they have a job. That's
they don't care about credit.
Their credit check is, do you have a job? Yes. Okay.
I know also the country's not doing great economically right now either.
That's not my fucking problem.
I think the only hard sell for me to live out there is that you got to go be a doctor to be a legal tattoo artist, and I ain't trying to do all that. Like, I didn't even finish high school. Okay, I won't visit Nebraska because you need to have your GED just to tattoo out there.
Yo, but how fucking stunning!
Really?
How much of a baller move would be for you to walk into your studio and be like, the doctor's in? Like,
right? True.
It wouldn't be that badass because everyone else would be like, we're all doctors.
Well, no, it's just your studio. Like,
right.
True. I mean,
yeah, but the 10 years that my citizenship would be going, I'd have to spend just becoming a doctor.
And then your buddy that's tattooing people at his house is like, yeah, fuck that shit, dude. You know how much money you've missed out on this whole time going to school to be a doctor? And I just tell them that I work at McDonald's.
I don't know why y'all trying. Y'all not going to convince me, so.
As long as we can bunk with you when you move out there.
That's what Ed Hardy, when Ed Hardy went over there, and he was learning Tabori style and got tattooed and everything like that. His apprenticeship was like at a house. It was like underground and shit. So I'm sure there's like it's just like you were saying, you got to find your people. I'm sure there's a group of people that would show you the right way. It's just like out here when you're looking for an apprenticeship, and you could either go to an academy, or you could like just vibe out with this old guy for a year or two, and then pay $50 for your bloodborne pathogens, and there you go.
Right. Yeah. True. See, and that's where it's. If I didn't, well, not if I didn't have kids. I guess I should say when my kids are older, I would like to go and travel and do stuff like that. Go and just find those little, because I've done the U.S. I've traveled the U.S. I want to see what these other countries got going on. Go make some of them underground Japanese friends. Like, I've got friends who have those friends. But
I want to go to Japan and do some porno.
Yeah,
dude, they'd probably be like, look at this guy. He's huge. My boyfriend's is like 2 inches. You could just go in there with like 6 inches and people are going to be like, oh my gosh. Is there even enough room in here?
I don't think her pussy can take it.
That's probably
the only thing that sucks. The only thing that sucks is when you post it, all your junk's gonna be blurred out.
You're not gonna see my face.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, damn, dude, they didn't give me any credit, man.
If you watch any anime porn, or not anime porn, Japanese porn, they blur out the dude's face and they blur out his dick. So
always,
dude, they blur like all that shit.
The people that know me will know by the tattoos, though.
Like, right?
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I don't open up an OnlyFans.
Yeah, true.
I'd get busted with all my tattoos. That's not the only reason I don't know OnlyFans.
Yeah, you're
married. It's a top reason.
It's up there. And,
right? Yeah. It's top 10 reasons. Top 10 reasons.
It goes tattoo recognition by wife.
Right? Yeah. And that's a thin line. That's funny.
I don't know. Shit gets hard enough. I'm telling you, I might fucking start selling some feet pics.
I mean, you said you're single, right? I mean, like, that's the only thing. I wouldn't really be able to take advantage of that. But, like, I know, like, American men, like, automatically, it's just easier for you to get chicks out there. I don't know what it is.
I'm not American, though. What the fuck?
Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Say, he just disappeared on us.
What?
They hit the switch on.
He's been summoned.
Because we're both big time.
All right. I gotta go.
Let's finish because I'm getting tired.
Like 20 minutes.
You should have muted.
Yeah. Well, we can be done here now, Danny. We got an hour and 30. I don't think you heard me. Danny, move. Did you hear me?
I think he's sending a text.
Fuck.
Well, that.
He got in trouble. Oh, look this.
All right.
Yo.
My girl called me and I like fucked up my audio.
Oh, God.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We heard
you. I was wondering when I was gonna head over.
Yeah, we heard. She said she was tired.
We heard it. We heard it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants me to leave soon.
That's funny. I was gonna say too, we can call it quits anytime. We only needed an hour and a half, and we're already an hour and 40. So.
I'm 39.
Okay.
Or hour 39, whatever, Mr. Stickler. But yeah, so I think we've all learned today that anime is how we stay not burnt out. Because when you're worried about anime, it's hard to get burnt out on tattoos.
I'm not worried about anything else. That's how I get my inspiration. That's how I get my tattoo ideas. That's how I get my Flash ideas. I just draw anime all fucking day.
Yes.
I'll be
So if you are
honest.
feeling, go Danny.
I just like anime because it reminds me of like if we stayed true to like the main pillars of like anime styles, I mean tattoo styles, I feel like anime would just be the next like in a skill tree in like an RPG game or something, right? You have like
Mhm.
barbarian, and then you go into like axe wielder or like sword specialist or something. It's like there's traditional, American traditional, then neo traditional, and then I feel like anime kind of
Expand.
like goes here off neo traditional or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I
Oh yeah.
like obviously I love like the shows and stuff like that that inspired me growing up, and even now I there's some new shows that come out that I like, but like when I was an apprentice, I knew I was gonna kill it with neo trad just because of all the anime I drew, like the thick to the thin, and then like color blending that dark blue to the medium to the teal, and just things like that. Anime
Yeah.
has so
I could tell you were gonna kill Neo Trad from the moment you walked into this podcast with that mustache.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's
That's the
it's it's definitely been a journey though, because I just gotta get like, damn, dude, I do so much black and gray out here that it's just like, fuck, man. But with time, it'll come.
Yeah.
With time will come. Eventually, I'll just be doing fucking anime and shit like that every day.
yeah. And
But
when that time comes, you'll be versed and ready to go.
yeah.
You know, I love it.
But yeah, to go back to the original question, in a short, summarized answer, I make sure I'm not burnt out by just listening to my body, and you have to be doing a bunch of different things, and then that way you'll never be able to get burnt out because it feels like you're not doing enough of anything, which is a lot of people, especially the old school
Right.
guys, will say that's bad, but it's good actually. It's almost like if you've worked on a painting for a long time, you get like writer's block, but then you come back 2 days later and you're like, you come up with something that completely it transcends the painting from like a B status to like A plus, and you're like, wow, and you just needed that break to go do something else, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, I like that. You definitely need to do more than one thing. Like, yeah, it just keeps everything mixing. I like that a lot. Um,
And working out,
yes, gotta stay physical. At least even if you run around the block.
yeah. I know
That's my biggest. That's my biggest fight. I've been going to the gym. I hit the gym, but uh, life's been getting a little bit busy, so I haven't been to the gym as much lately. But I still try to at least get a good walk in and a good
I flex my
uh.
muscles every time I take a joint puff.
There you go.
That's a workout.
Those are push-ups.
I've been getting pretty obsessed with the weightlifting thing. Like
It's fun.
I gained like 35 pounds. It's crazy.
There
Like
you go. Congrats.
from how you saw me in Villain Arts, I'm like, it's like if I went Super Saiyan and my muscles just went like,
Yeah.
you know what I
You
mean?
can you could see it in the pictures. You when you post up when you're at the gym, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
And
yeah,
I think
imagine what 2 years you're gonna look like. You know what
I
I
know
mean?
I'm
You
stoked,
better.
man. I'm stoked. But that's all it is. And then another thing I think is to not rely on motivation all the time, but rely on discipline. Because like you ever like start drawing something and you're like, I really don't want to fucking do this shit right now, or you're not. It's not even like a negative mood, but you're just like, I don't see the vision. I don't know what I'm doing. But a couple strokes in, and you're like, all of a sudden, you're not even talking to anyone. Your music stopped playing, and you haven't even picked another song yet. You're just like, it's like you
Yeah,
turn
in it.
yourself into being in that mood.
Yeah.
So
Yep. No, I like that. Well, and that's why you got to always be doing something.
Mhm.
Painting, drawing. One, and I always like to have. I try not to have too many paintings going on at once, but I always like to have either a painting and a drawing going on at the same time.
You gotta stimulate
You know?
the mind.
Yeah. So if I can't get in on the painting, I at least got to get in on the sketching. But you definitely got to do it. Well, that's the other thing that one thing I learned is sometimes when I'm not motivated and I'll draw, I'll get halfway through and just be like, "This sucks. This is horrible. I'm gonna stop. I'm done." I try to find an excuse not to finish, and that's where it's like, no, I have to finish. I got to do it, and 80 to 90% of the time, those are the ones that people love the most, or they think
Yeah.
is the coolest. It's like, oh man, that's really, really awesome. It's like, well, shoot, I hated it, but I'm glad I finished it because you like it. You know, so sometimes you just got to finish it so other people can enjoy it.
So my shop's closing up. I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
You are good, my brother.
Until next time, man.
Oh yeah. Yep. Give us your last parting words. Let the people know how to get a hold of you.
Boom.
Bam.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, because you're leaving.
Okay. All right. Well, Danny Moon. You could find me on pretty much anywhere. Danny Moon Tattoos. I enjoy video game and anime tattoos, like nerdy stuff, specifically in full color. I love that color. Like, I just love it. I'll do a little bit of black and gray too, but I'll always find an excuse to add some color in there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Danny Moon Tattoos.
Where are you located at? Just so they know.
I'm located at Highlander Tattoos in Orlando, Florida. Not too far from downtown. I think I'm like 10-minute, like a 10-minute drive from downtown Orlando. So
Nice.
if you ever want a spiffy tattoo and all the Instagram famous anime artists are 8 to 9 months booked ahead of time and you don't want to pay $2,000 for a quarter sleeve, hit me up.
Hell yeah.
While you still can, because one day I'm going to be like that too.
You're going to be booked, y'all. You better get in with them. All right, Danny, we appreciate having you on with us today. Get home safely, and until next time.
Till next time. Love y'all.
All right, bro.
Love you,
man.
brother.
I love you, man.
Peace.
We'll see you.
Gotta give him a piece. Still there? It's like frozen.
There you go. Yeah, that's almost 2 hours.
Fuck,
Good little
dude.
show.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I thought we were only going to be on for an hour, so I'm happy for that.
All right.
Yes, I'm getting out. Do you have any parting words for the people yourself before we get out of here? Huh? What'd you say?
Watch anime. Do enjoy your free time and then do as you please. You know, whatever makes you happy is probably what's gonna be best for you at your free time. So,
yep. And that was the one thing I love about this episode is we started off with free time and then we definitely got into that nerdy to show that we really do get into this nerdy stuff. This is our outlet. This is what can help. And I'm glad even bringing in the correlation between why anime and why tattoos, and it was cool to bring that together. So be you, be happy, do whatever the heck makes y'all feel unstressed. Just don't get burnt out. I don't know what to tell you, kids. But we out. Until next time. We'll see you guys next week. All right. Love you.
Love you, man.
Peace out.
Stop.
I just like to argue. I don't care if the world's flat, round, circular, square.
Tyler fucking bullies me.
If I had a tattoo, you couldn't go in a tattoo shop. The windows were blacked out.
We talk about that.